loved quoting this movie. In the movie Eddie and the Cruisers Part 2.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene where the guy asks Eddie, "Well, what is great?"
Yeah.
Well, hey, your band's good. Or he asked what was wrong with his band. And he goes, "Your band's good. I'd go in there, and it'd be nice to be there, and then I'd leave and forget all about you."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it takes something to pop to make you like Josh Sapito and the other guy, the guy with the Fujifilm thing. I'll never remember their names. I don't remember his name now.
I know. Yeah.
But I won't forget this Leonardo Gonzalez guy. I'll probably go and look at his work. Actually, I'm probably going to like his page because there's some nice stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things about almost all art is that, well, we know a lot of it's been done. I just came across this shooter from the 50s and 60s. Her name is spelled Diane Arbus, Arbus. And there's a possibility her name is actually pronounced Deanne, but we'll call her Diane. Diane Arbus, she shot a lot of freaks because she was in New York, so she shot a lot of the Coney Island freaks and stuff. And she also shot a lot of drag queens and all kinds of stuff. She died kind of young, about 48, but she was on dope too. She took a lot of barbiturates. But it was interesting because I don't know how well respected she was, but I was checking her stuff out and I thought, hey, that's kind of interesting stuff because people were not documenting that. In fact, at the time, not long after she started, the Coney Island freak shows had gotten banned because the New York government, I guess, was saying that it was obscene, it was unseemly. We didn't want that, and it was at a time when they were trying to change the Times Square from a bunch of hookers and porn shops into an upscale place. So it was a time with Coney Island. Coney Island is kind of like, you go there, but the floor's sticky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk into Times Square and you're gonna get flashed. That's where that whole thing comes from. So the whole guy with the trench coat, that's Times Square. So it was a pretty horrible place, but she documented a lot of it, and just one of the things they talked about was that she came from a pretty well upscale upbringing. Well, okay, there was this thing. Okay, this is kind of dopey, but I may edit this out, but I'm going to tell you the story anyway. People have like these great ideas of things that they're going to do, but the problem is do they actually do them? And 9 times out of 10, they don't, even if they're really freaking good. Like, for instance, right. Okay, when I first got my cell phone, I realized that I could make a ringtone out of whatever the hell I wanted. So I figured that I should make a fart ringtone. And it actually worked one time. It was going off, and I was talking to my manager at work, and he was kind of confused. Okay, but here's the thing. The idea is this. You get a cell phone with a fart ringtone. Then you go into the Starbucks where there's a really cute but, fairly naive 18-year-old barista behind the counter. You go in there and somebody calls you and your phone starts going off, right? And she looks at you all cross-eyed and you look at her deadpan and you go, "Excuse me, I have to get this." Okay. That's comedy gold. That is comedy gold. Problem is I talk a lot of shit, but I don't have the guts to do that.
It reminded me when that guy I used to live with, that guy Walt.
Uh-huh.
He bought a whoopee cushion once, and we'd go down to the the swap meet. And one of the other of us would be running the video camera. Now we're talking the old video cameras that had a full VHS tape in them, full size VHS tape in them. So that guy would stand across the aisle, and when some woman would go to lean down to look at something at the swap meet, and the other guy would do the whoopee cushion go, and start looking at her like, "Oh my God, are you kidding?" Or you go, "Oh me." And I'll tell you what, dude. I was watching this video Dave put up, and I'm on the floor crying, and I was even part of these jokes, and it still makes me laugh today.
Oh shit!
When a fart's not funny, never.
I don't understand. It's the most inane, ridiculous thing. It makes no sense. There's no reason for it, but it's always funny. My kid used to tell me that same thing. He'd run around farting all the time, and I go, dude, you got no class. He'd laugh. I go, you need to stop it. He goes, nah, it's funny. I go, why is it funny? He goes, I don't know, but it's always funny. But I remember my older son and his cousin, Aaron, same thing. You know, they thought it was funny as hell. Oh well. Okay, well, nobody ever accused us of being classy.
No.
No, not at all.
And if they do, please give me a chance to change your mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. All right, man. All right, hey, check it out. I think I got enough material to chop up for another session.
All right.
So, shoot your fisheye.
Yeah,
I want to see some of that. I want to see some of that shit because I've seen some street fisheye, but I haven't seen anything really like interesting. So some fisheye, and then if you get around to listening to a don't read it because it's not worth it. But there was this essayist named Susan Sontag, and she wrote a bunch of essays that ultimately got put together in a book called On Photography. Some of it's interesting, some of it's pretty annoying. But if you get around to it, I mean, don't go out of your way. But if you get around to it, take a little listen here and there, jump around, and see if anything is interesting to you you'd like to talk about. Because I want to complain and shoot her full of holes. But
Susan Sontag, right?
Susan Sontag, and the essays are called On Photography.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll just open a page with that, and that way I'll know to.
Yeah.
SON.
Yes, I think it's SONN.
Here it is.
Yeah, it's well known, but it's I just got some things that I want to talk about it. A lot of it was pretty good, and it was interesting and a lot of historical stuff, but she was pretty pretentious. I'm gonna guess that if she was in this day and age, she'd be a visual storyteller.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, man. All right, then. All right. Well, until the next episode, this will probably get chopped up tomorrow and be on by tomorrow night.
All right. Cool.
All right, man. All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.